Rich Rising, my love. So I'm here to bring you guys your first reading. This is my first reading of 2026, and I am here to get you guys a past life narrative. And if this is your first time here, I am Regal Essence. I am Queen TV. I am Queen TV After Dark. I am Life as a Love Goddess. I am Life as a Laid Back Mom. I'm your crystal healer and dealer. And I am somebody's ABA therapist and pre-K teacher, and I'm your past life therapist if I forgot. I'm your past life therapist if I forgot to say that. So hey, boos, hey. So listen, if you are not following me, I don't know what you're waiting on. Make sure you go follow me. Click the link in my bio. I'm also on YouTube. So follow me on YouTube. I'm looking to build a community of like-minded individuals who are looking to heal, grow, and glow. So if that is your jammy jam, you're going to love it here. So let's get into it. So if this is your first time here, a little bit about past lives, okay? So our past lives are here to help us understand a energy that we may be dealing with in a current life, right? Oftentimes, past life cycles repeat themselves. Past life enemies follow us into this lifetime, and sometimes we don't understand, why do people hate me? Why are they out to get me? Why they want to just annihilate me, my character, all of those things? That's because they were a past life enemy, okay? So we have done different things. We've done various things in a past life, and the things that we did in a past life very well may look very similar to what it is that we're doing now, right? So say if we were a musician in a past life, we love music. We may have an ordinary job. Now we find ourselves getting into music. We have credits as being a music artist, even if we've never become famous at it, right? We're artists, creatives, all of those different things. We did that shit in the past, like, right? Also, relationships. We've repeated certain relationships. Some of them are toxic. We came into this lifetime to balance out the karma, understand what it is that we didn't get then, we're supposed to get it in this lifetime, okay? So let's get into it, all right? So every day, not every day, but when I bring out my past life deck, I am here to bring you guys a narrative that may match with your past life. It may resonate with you. If it does, drop a comment below. But I'm here to bring you a narrative about a possible past life and how the energy may be affecting you in this current lifetime. Okay, so let's get into it. So on the table, we got education, devotion, person of authority, community, and resourcefulness. Okay, so let's see whose past life this is. All right. In a past life, you were a person that was very resourceful, right? You were very resourceful, intelligent. You had a lot of mental action and right thinking, all right? And at that time, as you were this resourceful, intelligent person, you were a group. You led a community. You were a person of leadership within a community, all right? And this may have been a spiritual community, because as we see, spiritual practices and intuitive history is coming out, right? So you may have been a very intellectual, mentally astute leader in the spiritual community, okay? And you were forever learning and growing, all right? So let's get into it. Let's get into which one. What does God want us? Let's learn about resourcefulness. So let's see how resourcefulness can tie this all together, right? And how these energies may be playing out in a current life and what we should be doing. I believe, no, let's get into learning and education, because I believe all of these things have played out in a past life, and in this lifetime, you are here to learn something, all right? So let's find out a little bit more about that. Now, education is 24, so the number 6, 2026. So let's see, 24. Let's go. Education, learning and teaching. So this card indicates several past lives prioritizing. This card indicates several past life priorities concerning education. You may have been self-educated in many lives, familiarizing yourself with the skills or career you had in mind. But you also experienced formal education in other lifetimes, perhaps even receiving higher degrees focused on your professional goals. In fact, those purposes may be driving you in this life. So consider that you may be so consider what topics you may be interested in learning more about. If this card is near the Shaman card, your past educational pursuits were likely directed toward a healing profession. Now, it wasn't near the Shaman card, but it was near the Devotion card. So I do believe that this was tied to y'all like my hair? Let me know. I got a little hair candy going on. So let me know what y'all think. But anyway. So it didn't fall near the Shaman card, but it did fall near the Devotion card. So I do believe that it's still tied to some type of spiritual practice. You were tied to some type of spiritual practices or intuitive history, okay? All right, so consider what topics you may be interested in learning more about. Your past educational pursuits were likely directed towards a healing profession, such as doctor, nurse, or neuropathic. If it's near the expressive talents, it's certain that you've been compelled to learn and perhaps to teach such things as painting, writing, or expressive endeavors. So it didn't fall near any of those. It fell near the spiritual card. So you are here to teach spiritual practices and teaching people how to be intuitive, okay? So if you now feel inclined to take some classes or get a degree in these or other areas, this card is suggesting that you freely follow this inclination, okay? There may have even been some spiritual practice that you find interesting. Let yourself learn and even teach what calls to your heart. You may also have some personal experience or talent you'd like to share with others. And if you've been thinking about writing a book, this card is telling you now is the time to focus on that. So basically, some of us, this is to encourage those of us. And this is the thing, you guys, and I recorded this twice because I was talking earlier, but it didn't record. And I was saying that I took a little deep dive I've been taking a little deep dive into pop culture lately because your girl been living under a rock. So I've been taking a deep dive into pop culture, and I love the podcast commentators or the reaction podcast, right? And I realized that some of those people that are podcasters and they speak their truth, they were also truth tellers in a past life, right? And those who have experienced scrutiny may have also been a part of those who were executed in former past lives for speaking their truth. They were accused of being witches and things of that nature. So those are things to consider. We don't always, and that is, I think, what Spirit wants to highlight. We don't always know what this is what I want to say. You can take multiple directions, right? But if you're here to be a truth speaker, you may speak your truth in multiple ways. You may take a spiritual approach. You may take a more candid, raw approach. But you are here to learn more about the things that interest you, because I can absolutely say whatever interests you now, there is some type of energy from a past life that is coming through, right? And oftentimes, whenever you follow your bliss, you are going to be financially established. So don't be afraid to learn more about something that interests you, and really get into doing it, because it's a past life gift coming through. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the karmic shift, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Now, you may have we talk about karma in three ways as it relates to our past life. We are balancing out the karma in some type of way. One, it may be a reverse of fortune, something that we lost in a past life. We're here to gain it in this life. Or it may be a balancing of karma, meaning I was too lenient in a past life, and in this life I may need to put more boundaries in place. In a past life, I dealt with an energy that I absolutely do not want to deal with in this current lifetime, even though it followed me here. The way I deal with it in this lifetime is going to be different than the way that I dealt with it in a past lifetime. Okay, shout out to Keita Rose. I fell in love with her over the weekend. She is a podcaster, but she really had to come out, tell her story, and really expose some things that were going on in the relationship coach arena or space, as they say. And guys, shout out to those that are standing on their truth. Shout out to people who are coming out across all different arenas that are speaking out about abuse that they have experienced. Shout out to those. I'm sending so much positive energy and standing in solidarity with the people that are speaking their truth because they were a victim, as well as people who are speaking their truth because they are looking to save the victims, right? They're not doing it out of ego. And people always want to make it seem as though, why are you doing this? Like, what's your motivation for doing it? But some people are ego-based and some people are heart-based. And shout out to those, okay? Shout out to those that are heart-based, right? I feel as though I spent a lot of time in hermit mode, just devoted, right? Devoted, learning spiritual practices and things of that nature. And now I'm just, sticking my little pinky toe out there, and I just have a broader view and perspective now, as I look at the things that are going on in pop culture. I don't know why I can't say it. For a long time, I shielded myself from all the bullshit and all that kind of stuff. But now I can look at it and be able to rightfully, divide my energy, right? Not giving too much energy, but also be able to see from a higher perspective the things that are really going on. And what I'm going to say is this: stay balanced. Because if you spend too much time looking at the negativity in the world, you will definitely get down, because you'll just feel like, is there anybody in the world that's decent, or is everybody like trash, right? So make sure that you're balancing it out. Did a little pop culture research, and then yesterday I did all high level conversations, all things about health and eating healthy and things of that nature. So I just want to encourage you guys to remain balanced. All right, so let's get into the karmic shift for education, learning, and teaching. You may have had difficulties regarding education in past lives. Perhaps you were sent away to a demanding boarding school. Even if you hated school or didn't achieve the success you wanted in your education in this life, don't let that stop you now. Important information is available to you, whether you just take an online course or decide to pursue a formal degree. Never stop learning. The world is open to you. So yeah, kind of like what I was saying, that, I can't just be over here being so green. So I had to learn about, what's going on right now. So make sure, I guess, that's another thing God wants to say. Make sure that you are balancing out your spirituality, right? And your how it is that you're connected to the community. Make sure you're balancing it out. You're learning what things are going on, different views, different perspectives. And the beautiful thing about life that I realize now is two things can be true at the same time. So you can have your opinion, I can have my opinion, and hey, it is what it is. Or you can have your opinion and I can have no opinion at all whatsoever, So this is your affirmation for the day. My mind is always expanding in wonderful and joyous ways. I love to learn. So that's all I got for you guys. So we are to be forever teachers, okay? We are forever learning. So listen, if this video resonated with you, do me a favor, drop me a comment below. Save this video for when you need a little pick me up. Share this video with your friends. And remember, I love you. Peace.